Well, a brief introduction about myself. I'm very competitive. I'm very confident. I'm very driven. I've always had a drive, just a burning desire, and deep in my gut to succeed. Um, so I'll win at any cost. I don't care if it's a game of spades. I'm gonna I want to win. So that is pretty much helped me get to this point to where I'm at now. Father, husband, so independent, entrepreneur. I can go on and on, But I started writing songs about when I was 11 years old, and I just realized that I had a gift for it. I started writing songs for myself. I started writing songs for my family, my relatives, my friends, and they let me know that I had a gift in it. And so I just continued it. I got real serious about my music once I got to college. And in 2000, I came back to Charlotte and just kind of hit the ground running to get my music career, underway. And it was on from there. The artists that I can say that provide inspiration and influence to my music, I would have to first always go all the way back to when I was young. Thriller, Michael Jackson. I had the Thriller jacket. It was serious. I remember watching Thriller, the video, on TV. It was just like the greatest thing I had ever seen. And but at that time, you had Michael Jackson and you had Prince. And the way Prince did Purple Rain, with the music, and made the whole movie out of everything, is I can look all the way back then and see the influence that has on me now. Current day, as far as me coming up in the music, I love the artists that tell stories like Jay and Nas and Biggie, Outkast. Those are the artists that really kind of just put me in a level to where I said, this is really what I want to do. Well, what made me really want to move into more of a producer slash directorial role is, like I said, I was writing a lot of songs, and that storytelling was always in my songs. And so I realized that I can really write some very nice stories, and I started sitting down and coming up with these great storylines and these great concepts for songs and creating these characters in these songs. And it just kind of started clicking because I had that going, but then I had years of TV production experience with Swagger TV and doing that, and so I just kind of married the two together. The ability that I had to actually write and tell great stories with the production experience that I had, and the light bulb just kind of went off, and it was just wait a minute, why not go to film school and really learn? Because everything that I learned on the production side really was I learned it on my own. So I was well, I wanted to go to school and really, learn the film theory and learn the basics and the fundamentals to really kind of, get the best of it that I could. And from there, it was just, the rest was history. The film directors that influenced me and inspired me the most, I have a list of them. It's a short list. I like a lot of movies, but a short list of directors that really just I just love just about everything that they do. I would have to say Quentin Tarantino off top. The first time I saw Pulp Fiction, I was just sitting there I couldn't believe how he was telling the story in a non-linear way, to where you really had to watch it to see what was going on, because you're used to watching movies in a traditional chronological order, and he was the storyline was kind of everywhere, and so that kind of just did something to me. So Tarantino, I would have to go with Christopher Nolan. What he's done with the Batman series and movies like Inception. Inception is was awesome. I don't even what he did with it was just crazy. And even Memento, when Nolan did that, a lot of people haven't seen that, but that whole style of how he did that, it was just I remember watching that for the first time, and I was sitting there and I was just he told the whole movie backwards. How did he do that? So Martin Scorsese is definitely one. Just he brings that darkness and that the kind of the gangster, the Departed, Casino, Goodfellas. I've really been influenced by those movies. Just how he put those together. And Steven Soderbergh is one of my favorite directors. He like did the whole like the Ocean's 11 series, and he did like Out of Sight. He did he did Traffic, he did Contagion also. But like the Ocean's 11, like that whole series and how he did all of that, like I'm probably like the biggest like Ocean's 11 fan. So those will be the ones that really influenced me the most. So you probably would see some of those directors like influence in like the work that I do. My experience running Swagger TV was a great experience. It was a great experience. Swagger TV started out, it was a vision that I had, really to promote myself as an artist. I tried to figure out how could I promote my music more. So I actually created a television show to be able to promote that. That was back in 2005. And before I knew it, and I actually started out on public access, and I learned a lot through that. And then it just kind of went to this, like, took on a life of its own. It took on a life of its own. In 3 years, it became like this urban media network on this swaggertv.com, and we were streaming live. We had comedy shows we were doing. We were had a global audience actually logging onto our site to watch what was going on. So it's like before I knew really what was going on, we were global. Before I really understood what being global meant and what it took to keep it going. It was great because we had a collective effort, a team of people that I saw dedicate their lives and sacrifice so much of their time to this vision that I had. And to see that, it was just like one of the greatest things ever, because I saw that when people come together and put their mind to like one thing, like how big something really can become. So I've always been grateful, and I will always be grateful for everybody that took the time out to put their time into that vision. Maybe one day I'll jumpstart it again. It's just at this point, it was more about it became more about the platform, and I've always been more about the content. Like, I really wanted to put the best content on Swagger TV for the world to see, and it became about the actual site itself. So now I'm focused back on the content. I'm making these films, these music videos, these short films, these commercials, to actually, have that great content. So that's what my brand is going to represent. I do have some upcoming projects that I've been working on. Busy. I love to stay busy. That's the only way I feel like I'm gaining progress. I have a project it's a short film / music video called Don't Leave Me Lonely. That was inspired actually by a song that I wrote. In the film, I actually play an angel. It's about an angel who is trying to move up the ranks in heaven, and so God gives him this assignment. It's his toughest assignment yet. So he has to actually get this assignment done, and then he can kind of move up in the ranks. So I don't want to get too much over the way. I have a project that I'm working on called Trap Star with James Muhammad, aka Blake Carrington. He's this big author, and he's been doing this thing for a minute, and working on something with him. We're working on this. It's gonna be real nice. It's something different that nobody's actually seen done before in the book industry. And I'm actually working on a project called Evelyn Black that I'm really excited about. I'm excited about all of them, but Evelyn Black holds a very close spot to my heart right now, because that will be the first film that, from beginning to end, writing, directing, producing, everything, I'm kind of at the helm at, and I just kind of finished up the script, and I have some people cast already. I have the main character cast, and that's a big thing. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I think people will really start to see in that. Like I mentioned, some of the directors from earlier, you'll kind of see some of their influence, and but me adding like my twist and my take onto it. So Don't Leave Me Lonely, Trap Star, Evelyn Black. You can definitely look out for those.